New at 9, a local man who served in World War II took on the challenge of reliving painful memories by going back to Belgium, where he fought almost 80 years ago.
Fox 23's Julia Gorman first told you about his heroic service back in November. She just met up with him again at the Tulsa Air and Space Museum, and tonight she shares the surprise waiting for him overseas and the advice for all of us he brought back home.
When I first told you about 97-year-old two-time Purple Heart recipient Bill Parker, he rehashed the gory details he remembers from here, Omaha Beach, on D-Day in June of 1944. Now, Bill went back to Belgium, where he fought in the Battle of the Bulge. He was hesitant to take the trip at first, but told me he's so glad he did.
I never was surprised in my life.
In the middle of a global pandemic, right before the holidays, World War II veteran Bill Parker packed up his favorite belt buckle, cowboy boots, and this veteran's hat he proudly wears, and traveled to Belgium for the second time, 77 years after the first.
There's no way you can compare it.
The last time Bill stepped foot in the country wedged between Germany and France, he was basically still a kid himself. Now, he has great-grandchildren. Even though decades have passed, the memories are still ingrained in his mind.
We was in snow waist deep.
And so is the pain.
Seeing wounded soldiers sit down beside the tree and freeze to death.
While grueling to relive, Bill tells me this trip also made him so happy.
Everything I done over there with those Belgian people made you feel good.
David Rule, a fellow Tulsa veteran, has made it his mission to get Bill the recognition he deserves.
Why would you not want to? I wouldn't trade what I do with Bill for the Congressional Medal of Honor.
He's Bill's right-hand man and escorted him to Belgium. He took photos as Bill visited museums, restaurants, and stayed with a local family. The mayor of Bastogne, Belgium, even honored Bill with the World War II Battle of the Bulge commemorative medal. At the Luxembourg American Cemetery, Bill saw 5,000 crosses. Under each one is an American soldier killed in World War II. Most of them were killed in the Battle of the Bulge.
I'm looking across that country, just cross after cross after cross, and there's no way that a human could keep from crying.
When you see that, you realize what a sacrifice. What a sacrifice Bill and all those soldiers did in World War II.
Bill was barely able to take in all the attractions because people treated him like a celebrity, even asked for his autograph.
Well, you write that 1,000 times, and your shoulder begins to get sore.
The reason Belgians are so obsessed with Bill and American veterans like him is because they were essential in protecting Belgium from the Germans.
They just told him, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
For Bill, to be so appreciated was a welcome surprise.
If you're human, you can't help but feeling good if somebody is proud of what you've done. And they were proud of what we done.
He said the reaction stood out compared to how he's been treated by people back home in the States.
There was no comparison. Nobody ever told me that you've done a good job. But
is there anything you want United States people to know?
I haven't found anybody that seemed to care one way or the other, but I would tell them how much those people think of us, how much that they appreciate what we done. We saved their lives twice, and yes, I would work on that.
After I talked to Bill, just as I was about to leave, a class of elementary school students came through on a field trip and asked Bill about his service. One little girl named Evelyn sweetly said to Bill, "You were very brave." This was the moment right after she said that.
You made my day. Thank you. I'll never forget you.
Evelyn
Madeline's only 6 years old, but what she showed is what Bill says we need more of here in our country to make sure it doesn't take 80 years and a trip overseas for veterans like Bill to feel appreciated for their service. Covering news that matters, Julia Gorman, Fox 23 News.
That moment at the end will bring a tear to your eye. That little girl doesn't know what she means to Bill. This year, he is expected to receive the French Legion of Honor. Now, that award compares to the Congressional Medal of Honor, which is the highest award a soldier can receive in the United States.
In a